people have scars in and around their gums that they don't know about. But once you start using our product, you'll start to see white scabs all across your gums, and they'll last for like an hour. And then the next day when you brush again, you'll see the scabs again. And then as you further along in the week, as you use it more and more, the scabs will start disappearing. Those scabs are actually locating, seeking out all of those micro abrasions around your gums, and they're healing that. And that's it. The bacteria cannot get inside of those anymore. It's almost like you get a scab on your arm, right? You get a cut on your arm.
Right.
It's an open wound. Imagine if you just walked around with an open wound without trying to heal it. That's the same thing that happens with your gum. You're going to get infection, just like your teeth, just like your gums. You're going to get infection. That's called oral disease, and that's when bleeding gums, receding gums. That's when you start to need a root canal. That's when you start getting cavities. That's the whole basis behind it, is prevention.
I see. So again, going back into that preventative maintenance is stop the problem before it even starts, before it begins. So, Ken, with that oral product that you said is that favorite and it heals, with probably for our young viewers more so than the old ones, because once you get older, you're like, I got to do what I got to do. How does it taste? Like, what kind of feedback have you been getting with the flavor of this of this product?
Speaking of younger ones, that's the reason why we created kids mouthwash. We want to start the kids off at a very young age in order to make sure that they don't go through life getting cavity after cavity after cavity after cavity, thinking that it's normal. Cavities aren't normal. Oral disease isn't normal. So what does it taste like? It tastes like peppermint. Like we use real peppermint, peppermint essential oil, and we also use tea tree. A lot of you may or may not be familiar with tea tree, antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, anti-everything. And it helps with a lot of different things. So when you taste this, it's like a peppermint blast to your mouth. One of the customers left a review and said, "Whoa, I just tried this for the first time. It's like giving my mouth a baptism." It was that powerful. It makes your eyes like light up. It clears out your sinuses if you have allergies. It's that like, that feeling when you have a little peppermint candy.
Yeah,
that's what it tastes like. And we also have a cinnamon version also. And a lot of people may or may not be, some people like peppermint, some people like cinnamon. We're also coming out with the citrus flavor too. So that's in the future.
That's amazing. So for our younger viewers, not only do you have will you get your mouth clean and healed, but it also tastes great and it's also good for you. Clear up your sinuses, all that, all in by using that's the rinse.
Yeah, the rinse. And we also, one more product, we invented, I don't know if some of your viewers may or may not be familiar with oil pulling. Are you guys familiar with oil pulling?
I'm not familiar with that term, no.
So it's taking coconut oil. It's been around for centuries. Taking coconut oil and swishing it around in your mouth for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes every single day. And they tell you that that's going to help pull out the bacteria from your mouth and stuff like that. And it does. But 20 minutes of swishing around coconut oil, that's a challenge. So I thought to myself, like, how can I make this easier? So I created oxy pulling. This is something brand new. We invented this. We had the U.S. Patent Office. We have this. This is ours. It's using oxygen to do what oil pulling does, but with only 20 seconds of swishing around in your mouth, it pulls out all the bacteria out of your mouth. And it loosens up all the plaque around your teeth so that when you go in to brush, everything just falls off your teeth. And you're just brushing, and you end up with whiter teeth, cleaner mouth, healthier mouth, just everything. So that's one product that we did invent for our customers.
That's amazing. So oxy pulling is 20 seconds. And is that daily, weekly? How often should we use that?
You brush your teeth twice a day. So, at least twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And you use this every time before you brush. So you just squirt a little, you shake it up. There's charcoal in this also, activated charcoal. and that charcoal helps pull toxins into that charcoal molecule. And that also helps pull out toxins from your mouth. So the oxygen is killing the bacteria. The charcoal is pulling toxins from your mouth. The essential oils in this, it tastes like peppermint also. Those essential oils are healing and freshening your breath. So you know how you wake up and you have that morning breath?
Yes.
Yeah. You won't have it with this. If you use it consistently twice a day, you won't have that morning breath anymore.
Oh
because the bacteria aren't living in your mouth as you sleep. Yeah, granted, some will grow some will form while you're sleeping, but it's nothing like how it is right now when most people wake up. So
that's awesome, awesome. And you touched on the activated charcoal, and I know that's that's becoming a big thing lately. And it seems to me like it just kind of became a big thing overnight. Can you tell us the active ingredient in charcoal and what that activated charcoal actually does for not only oral care, but I know people use face masks and things as well with that. So what all does activated charcoal do for the body?
So activated charcoal, all right, so if it pulls out toxins from your body. It's not me saying this. It's not some hype around charcoal. They use it charcoal is used in hospitals. Do you know that? When you get bitten by a snake or something poisonous, you get rushed to the hospital. Guess what they pump into your system? It's called a slurry. Guess what they pump into your system? Charcoal. Because charcoal, I told you, the molecule is open, so it pulls in the toxins and it traps it inside that molecule and it flushes it out of your body. That's it. That's the science behind charcoal. It's called adsorption with a D, not a B. So adsorption, if people want to read about it, Google it and read about it. But that's the science behind it.
Wow, and it sounds so simple. So it's just adsorption, so it's just absorbing the poisons and the toxins out of your body. And how does it get rid of them?
Well, it's trapped in the charcoal molecule. Now with ours, you spit it out. I don't know what they do in the hospital, but I think they flush it out of your system. But with ours, the charcoal, you're swishing it around with the oxygen, with the essential oils, and then you're spitting it out. You're spitting out all of those toxins. That's exactly what they're doing with oil pulling. But the oil is trapping the bacteria in there, but it's not really pulling out the toxins, though, because I don't think coconut oil can do that, honestly. So that's one advantage we have over oil pulling, other than it takes only 20 seconds.
Right. That's a big advantage, I'm sure, because 20 seconds versus 20 minutes swishing around is night and day.
Absolutely.
All right. So you've given us a lot of great information, and I'm sure my viewers, if they go to www.garnersgarden.com to order the products, look at the products, research the products. But how else can we get in contact with you and stay up to date with not only your business but your website, you and your website as well?
So if you go to our website, garnersgarden.com, there's a newsletter. We always send out coupons so that we can help people save money. So sign up for our newsletter. Also on Instagram, Garner's Garden. That's going to be our number one way of communicating with us. Well, our number one way of communicating with us is through email, garners.garden@gmail.com, without an E. So Instagram, Garner's Garden, Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter, all Garner's Garden. So follow us.
All right, sir. And before we let you go, because we know, like you said, you're in your warehouse, so I'm sure you're about to start your work day. Is there anything else you like to share with us, or any events you have coming up?
No, just be on the lookout. Hopefully, we get in stores this year. If not, next year. We have a really talented young lady out in Chicago named Cassandra White that's helping me with my business development. I owe her a lot of thanks and gratitude, but overall, I just want everybody to stay healthy, stay happy, and just stay natural. Please, you'll thank yourself once you get at an older age.
Awesome, sir. And we thank you again for joining us and giving that one information. I'm sure I'm going to look up myself to get some of these natural products, because Lord knows that we all, especially in the Black community, try to save money, save that dollar, but we need to live naturally so we can, again, like you said, preventative maintenance.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So if there's Anything else you'd like to share with us? Feel free, but if not, we'll let you go now. But can you tell us where are you streaming from today? Where are you joining us from?
Right now, live in Fort Washington, Maryland, with Mr.BB.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
That was our live stream with Mr. Phillip Garner of Garner's Garden. We want to thank him again for coming on and joining us. And go to his website, garnersgarden.com. Join the newsletter. He said he's always got coupons. Oh my goodness, those headphones hurt. He's always got coupons so people can save money, and look out for his products in stores hopefully soon this year. All right, next up we're gonna have the Fit Tip with Miss Penny Love, and then we're gonna we're going to get our quotes of the day from Miss Kadira right here on Live in the D with Mr.BB. Stay with us.
It's Penny here with this week's Fit Tip. So as the weather's changing and it's getting warmer, we're starting to exercise more, be outside, and that means we are going to sweat more. As we sweat, you want to, of course, drink water, but also replace those electrolytes and certain elements you're losing, such as potassium. So to replace that, you can drink coconut water, which is a good source of natural electrolytes. You can also add sea salt to your foods, such as fish, chicken, etc. My personal favorite is Himalayan sea salt because it helps your body absorb natural sources and safe doses of potassium, which is also found in water such as the Propel water, Gatorade, etc. Those hydration drinks that not only supplement the water you lose, but the salt and potassium.
All right, we are back, and we thank you for joining us, and we thank Mr. Phillip Garner again for coming in, telling us about Garner's Garden, garnersgarden.com. Be sure to go to his website and check out his wonderful products. I myself definitely want to check out that oil pulling mouth rinse and see about that, because got to keep my smile movie star perfect.
Really?
Yes, really. Next up, we have Miss Kadira, who's going to give us her quote of the day, as well as some events for the weekend. Good morning, Kadira.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. I need to get that charcoal mouthwash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's very popular.
You check out most of his products. And the activated charcoal, which cleans out, cleans bacteria. Wake up with no morning breath. Lord knows we all need that. All right.
Okay.
So what you got for us today? Give us the quote. I know he's about to ask, but you already know we want the quote.
You can't mess up the program. I'm supposed to ask first. This is our thing. Okay. Today's quote is, if all begins and ends in your mind, what you give power to has power over you if you allow it.
That is strong. Say it again for us.
It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it.
Say it one more time for us. Nice and loud.
It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it.
It all begins and ends if you're in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. Let that sink in for a second.
If you say you can do it, you can do it.
I said let it sink in. And it sunk. All right.
Okay.
Now, what events do you have for us this weekend? What can we go to do? What can the people look forward to?
This weekend, May 19th, is the second annual Writers Conference. It's going to be at the Detroit Public Library. Author Series presents the second annual So What You Want to Be a Writer. So you go there, and other published authors, they tell you about their experiences and how they became writers and what they had to go through, so they can help you out if you want to become an author as well. It starts it's at the Detroit Public Library. So,
Detroit Public Library. So that's this Saturday?
yes, it's Saturday, May 19th.
What time?
It starts at, 11 to 4. 11 a.m. to the 4 p.m.
11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
5
The Detroit
hours.
Writers Conference. All right, so the local Detroit writers, and I'm sure maybe even some national or even international writers will be there, telling you about their process, how they got started, how they got published. Be sure to go join at the Detroit Public Library, the one downtown.
Yes.
All right, the main branch downtown. It's going down to the Detroit Public Library. I'm sure there's going to be some type of panel or something. I myself plan to show up. Is it free?
Yes. It's,
Oh,
wow.
this is a free event. Oh,
And it's
yes,
free.
then we
They had
definitely
that
have
in
to.
bold letters. It's free. So if you look it up,
It's
just look up
free.
second annual authors conference.